Today we're making chicken parmesan. It is so damn good, I gotta tell you. This recipe was very solid. I was a skeptic, not the biggest fan of it, and I made this one, and I have to say, I loved it. So go ahead and stay tuned and watch to the end of the video. All right, so chicken parmesan, that's what we're making today. It's gonna be damn good. My wife has been asking me to make this, and I'm very excited to bring this to all of you. Thank you so much for the support. If you're new to this channel, please like, comment, subscribe if you like what you see here, and same for the subscribers as well, and share. You know, help me out a little bit. Maybe we can bump the numbers up a little bit, get to 500 soon. But without further ado, people, well, hey, hold on. If we're not at 500 by the time this video comes out, you know, just in case. I'm not at 500. Okay, without further ado, let's make this shit. Stay tuned. All right, we're gonna start off with our sweet red peppers here, these long sweet ones. We're gonna go ahead and char them up. You can just use your stovetop or your grill if that is accessible. And you wanna just get both sides nicely charred, and we'll depeel them later. And yeah, this one was pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and turn them now. And let me know about my horrible dance moves. That's my signature one right there. And then I go into the Elaine if you're a Seinfeld fan. And I also got a little bit of Michael Jackson for you too. But let me know in the comments below which one you like the best. All right, and then I'm gonna go ahead and dice a whole white onion. And once I dice it, I'm gonna finely mince it. When I mean mincing, I'm just gonna rock my knife through a bunch of times. It's definitely worth it. And it's gonna go into the sauce, but this is the size that you really want. Then we're gonna move on to some basil. Now, when you have basil leaves and they have a little bad spots on them, you can just trim them off. You don't have to throw them away, and give them a nice rinse. And then go ahead and roll them up really fine. Stack those leaves on top of each other, and then start slicing through them. So you're gonna go ahead and slice through them, and then you can rock your knife through them afterwards if you want them even smaller, because you don't want big chunks of basil. Next up, we're gonna go ahead and drop our peppers into a nice cold ice bath. And you can go ahead and do this any way you want. There are many methods to peel them, but this is the way I'm using. So there we go. And then into a hot pan with some oil, I'm gonna go ahead and drop in our onions. I don't want this too hot, about medium heat. And I'm gonna drop in some sugar as well to help caramelize them, about a teaspoon to a tablespoon. Then into a pot of very hot water, I am salting it like the ocean for our pasta noodles. Moving on, we're gonna go ahead and take care of these peppers and just go ahead and start removing all the char bits. I leave a little bit. I like a little bit of the char bits, but there you go. That's our beautiful pepper there. Then we're gonna go ahead and destem and finally dice up these red peppers, and they're so delicious if you eat them. They're like, oh, they're like candy. And just go ahead and rock your knife back and through after you sliced them up, and that'll get them really nice and fine. And of course, we can't forget the best of the show here, people. The best character here. We're talking about garlic. Yes, not pimping that brand there, but all the garlic. I'm going to use about 12 to 16 cloves because I love my garlic. You always have some mouthwash in the bathroom. Just use some of that afterwards. Drop in our red peppers there, not red onions, and go ahead and give this a nice mix. This is at medium to low heat. And of course, Calabrian chili peppers. I love these. And I put about 3 tablespoons in. In here, I'm showing you a tablespoon and a half for all of you who can't do a lot of heat. And then a can of crushed fire roasted tomatoes. Give that a nice mix. We're gonna bring it up to medium to high heat, not too high, and drop in a cup of wine. Red wine, I'm using a Cabernet here. We want a dry wine, and we're gonna go ahead and let this come to a boil. And let's not forget salt and pepper to taste. See how it's boiling? We're cooking off that alcohol there. Once we have this to where we need it at a boil, we're gonna drop in our basil, reduce the heat to medium heat, and just keep stirring because we do not want to burn anything. You can drop it to medium to low if you please. And definitely, once you do so, start chopping up any big tomato chunks if you don't want it too chunky. Now for our chicken. So for the chicken breasts, I'm gonna cut them horizontally not fully through. We're just creating a nice little butterfly here, so we gotta be real careful with it. And then I'm gonna go ahead and lay it in a cut open Ziploc bag that I prepared, and I'm gonna pound the crap out of these with a nice heavy pot, being careful not to ruin my cookware, of course, but that's what you wanna do. So you just take it, place it in the Ziploc bag, fold it over, it's cut down on the sides, and it's on the cutting board. We wanna make sure we don't break anything, and we're just gonna gently just beat this guy down until he's nice and tenderized like so. Next up, we're gonna go ahead and start working on our batter. So I've got 4 eggs here, which I'm gonna crack. And by the way, if you get an eggshell that gets stuck in there, don't worry. You can just take the eggshell that's broken and get that little broken piece off there. Just scoop it out with that. So I'm using 4 eggs here, and I am going to also just give it a nice whisk, get that all nicely whisked up. All right. Then we're going to move on to our cheeses, Parmesan and Asiago, which we are going to grate the crap out of. If you have an electric one, I definitely say use it. We're going to reserve a little bit on the side for our dredging process. Dredging works as such. We are going to go ahead and put flour onto a plate or vessel of your choice. This method was quite a mess for me, so if you can find some deeper vessels, go for it. Then Italian breadcrumbs on their own plate, which they're going to be mixed with, of course, some panko breadcrumbs, and I finally grated some more Asiago and Parmesan cheese to go into there. So that reserve that I was talking about, that's what I was talking about. Then our dredging process works as such. On another plate, I'm going to go ahead and pour in our beaten eggs. Then chicken goes to flour, both sides. Then we're going to go ahead and drop the chicken into the beaten eggs, both sides. Flip, and then onto the breadcrumbs and flip that around. Make sure it's nicely coated and into a hot pan with oil in it, or a pot with oil in it. We're going to safely fry the chicken. Then it's all done on a wire rack in a baking tray. I'm going to go ahead and add our tomato sauce, then our mozzarella, and then of course our Asiago and Parmesan cheese blend, which is going to go into the oven at a 400-degree temp for 10 to 15 minutes. For the noodles, we're going to drop them into that boiling water. I'm using pappardelle for that matter. And then once al dente, we are ready to plate. So we will start with our noodles. Then some more of our beautiful tomato sauce here, and make a nice little bed for our chicken. And then we drop in the chicken Parmesan, and of course, top it off with some beautiful parsley. I use curly, and this one was awesome, people. All right, and we're here, so we're all done. So I'm gonna go ahead and try this right now. Get a piece of chicken and a little bit of the noodles. Come here, work with me. Come on, work with me. A little bit of that sauce, the tomato sauce. There we are. Okay. Wow. I am amazed. I've had chicken Parmesan before, never really been a big fan of it. And my wife has been asking me for so long to make this recipe. And I didn't want to do it because I didn't really think that it was that great. Not saying mine is the best ever out there. Not saying that. But the twist that I put on this, I think it makes it much better than your standard chicken Parmesan, for sure. Like, bar none. Between the tomato sauce with the red wine and the Asiago cheese, you can't forget the Asiago cheese. The Asiago cheese adds a very good flavor. And in my opinion, Asiago is very underrated. It was kind of like coming up back in like the early 2000s, and we haven't seen it since. Asiago is damn good. As far as I'm concerned, people, I'm gonna eat this. And yeah, cheers. I'm out.